Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a Japan haul with my poof. We're going to show you guys the little goodies that we brought back, and then we're going to do a quick little Q&A at the end. I asked on Instagram for some questions that anyone had about Japan and got several back, thankfully, so we'll be able to do a little Q&A. And poof, do you want to plug anything?
No, nothing to plug.
Nothing to plug? No Instagrams?
No. You can put it in the description box.
Okay, so you guys, all right, cool. So description box, if you want to follow the poof. Do you want to do yours first? Or
No,
do
do
you
yours
do
first.
mine first?
Do yours first.
Or should we trade off turns?
We'll take turns.
We'll take turns. So, first of all, welcome to our living room. I know we don't normally film in here, but I felt like it'd be the most comfortable way to do this. So one of the first things that I got was this cute little figurine. I think this was like our first day going out, but I need anything that looks like my cat, so I thought it would look good with my other little things that I keep on my windowsill by my desk. That came from a shop called Shop Cozy Cozy. This is the little bag from it, but it was in Shinjuku? Shibuya.
After Shibuya 109 around the corner.
Yes, okay, so this was in Shibuya. It's a cute little shop. It has like lots of little figurines. They have incense and pants and kimonos and bags, umbrellas, and they were all like illustrated with these different cute little patterns and different animals. There was a lot of cat stuff and a lot of Shiba Inu stuff. But yeah, it was really cute. Oof.
This is Goku. Very Super Saiyan. I don't know which series this is from, but yeah, I got this out of a gacha machine. Apparently this is the rare one.
It's a really good gacha toy.
Yeah, for real.
It's really, really nice. Okay, so next I'll show you what I got from Sensoji Temple. Al and I went to this shop called Iwakura. Basically, they have like jewelry and like healing crystals. Oh, and incense and stuff like that. It was a really, really nice store. They had a lot of really nice products. But I just got this little business pack of healing stones. I can't remember what specific stones they were now because she placed them in this bag for me and then blessed it. And so like I don't want to open it up and null the blessing, I guess. Yeah, so each stone represents one of these aspects of business. So there's 3 stones in the pouch, and then it also comes with this little information sheet on the inside that's completely written in kana, so I'm not really sure what it says, but yeah, I'm hanging this by my desk, so hopefully I'm blessed for 2020.
And I got these nice jade print.
And there was this older lady working that shop and helping us pick out the beads. And she showed us that this middle bead here actually has an image of Buddha if you look through the little hole here. If I can try to get an image of it, then I will, but if not, just know that it's really cool.
I didn't want to get a necklace, so I got these, the smaller ones. Very nice.
So the next time we went shopping was in Ikebukuro and in Akihabara. So maybe you should show your Akihabara stuff first.
So I got a few things, one at a time. And these were like $10, $15, but they were unopened special edition ones. And I opened them bad boys. There was a bunch of other stuff. I wanted to get something bigger. The smaller ones were cooler looking. And then the bigger ones, they cost way too much. Way too much. So I just got these. And then we went to the Gundam Cafe.
Briefly.
For a second, we were mostly sitting outside of it, listening to this dude play music, but this is what I got from the Gundam Cafe.
And the Gundam Cafe is right outside of Akihabara Station. Yeah, we just went to the little shop over there. Al got something too. But so next was Ikebukuro, and we went to the Pokemon Center, and we got So you saw this one in the unboxing that I did in the video, but it was just one of those little like mystery boxes, and I got Charmander, who is my second favorite Pokemon. So
second favorite?
Shinx is my favorite.
Oh, they didn't have anything.
Nothing
Shinx in the store.
It was whack.
I just got a Master Ball, and I thought there was a Pokemon in it, but there isn't. It's just an empty Master Ball, but it's cool to have.
We can find a Pokemon to put into it, I'm sure. The other thing we did at the Pokemon Center was the coin flattener. This one is of Pikachu dressed up as Charizard, we think. Mm-hmm. It's super cute. And then Khalil got one of Charizard. Also in Ikebukuro, we went to Rirakuma, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
what'd you get there? Oh, that was the cute store.
It was the really cute store. It had all these little different sections of characters. So like there was a little Sailor Moon section. There was a Frozen section. There was a Snoopy section. There was all these other little Japanese characters.
Mm-hmm. They had a Marvel section, but it was like everything in the section was cute.
So I went to the stationery section and got this little notepad, which I'm super excited to use. I wanted to get something cute to write my thank you notes on for when people make purchases through my shop. So like there's 2 different designs for the notes, and it's super cute. So next was Harajuku. We'll go over the B-side label stuff first.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so B-side label is a sticker store in Harajuku. Khalil found it one day, and then we went back a second time. And they have like lots of different types of illustration styles. So there's some that are more graphic, there's some that are more anime leaning, there's some that look more like American tattoos, and they have some more that are like artsy illustrative.
You know me though.
And then he got me this little fairy and also Tip. All things Tip. And then
we found the Mishka store.
The Mishka store.
The Mishka store. Couldn't find a medium, so I got a small. And this was
that was in Shibuya. So also while we were in Shibuya, we went to the Babe store, and Poof got himself a little babe.
It glows in the dark. All the white spots glow in the dark. Pretty nice. What else?
So Sakaido is in Shinjuku, which actually is really close by to where we were staying. So we were able to just walk there. Okay, first of all, if you don't know what Sakaido is, it is this giant art supply and stationery store in Shinjuku. I feel like it's a must-do if you're an artist on any level, even if you're just a writer. The selection is crazy. But anyway, I got myself a couple of things. The first thing I got was this washi tape that was actually on sale, and I found it like right in front of the cash register, right by it. The pattern is just this sort of like abstract color swatches. I just thought it looked really pretty. It'd be nice to use for packaging. Next thing that I got from Sakaido was this 36 pack of these brush tipped ink pens, and they're kind of like markers, but it's dye-based ink on the inside. They're not permanent. If you would like to see me do a review of these, please just let me know in the comments. Basically, there's just these brush tip pens, and they're actually made with like brush fibers or like hairs instead of it being a felt tip. So I'm excited to play around with these. I haven't used them just yet. They had these individually on the wall, and they also had different size packs. So they definitely have like a 24 pack. They had a 12 pack, and I think there was 2 above it as well. Thought this was a good variety because I get a lot of neutrals and a lot of bright colors.
Yeah, 64 and 128.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Pretty cool. So I'm excited to try these out, and yeah, let me know if you guys would like a review on these. And then the last thing I got was this art book of Alfons Mocha. It's a silver leaf on the front, but it's gorgeous. It's written in Japanese, and it's filled with his work, even just like simple illustrations. I've only been able to like briefly look through it, and it's just really interesting seeing how his style sort of evolved. And Luca's always been a huge inspiration to me, and I really love his work. I'm really excited to dive into this a little bit more deeply. Oh, And the last thing, I forgot. I also got this calligraphy brush. It has like a pretty large tip. I've not used anything this large before. I'm hoping that it's going to help with this more experimental stuff that I'm trying to do. But yeah, it's just a simple bamboo brush with, I'm not sure what the fibers are. I'm not sure if it's synthetic. It's probably not synthetic, but yeah. I
got this book, which I showed you already, to write in. But the paper is really nice. It's almost like moleskin paper. It's got a nice, the red cover with the way it feels is nice.
It's high quality.
High quality. And I got a couple markers. I don't want to take them out the pack yet, and then I got this book, Sushio the Idol. He does Kill la Kill, Gurren Lagann, all that stuff. The water guns. I saw it and I had to get it. And also, I like that it's all written in Japanese. That was the last day was that the last day? That was the day, yeah. And then the next day was the airport.
Yeah, those are from the airport, right?
Yeah, what'd you get from the airport?
Well, B-side hold on, because I went to...
Oh, yeah, you went to Don
Quixote in Shinjuku as well. And then I got this little souvenir. It has a suction cup that is attached to it regularly, but I took it off because I'm just hanging it by my desk. But it's a little lucky cat. It has a tassel and the bells, and then I'm not sure what this says, but I'm gonna try to look it up. But yeah, I thought it was really cute. I'm keeping it by my desk as well. There was something else I wanted to share. So we found this little art gallery in Harajuku. They had a little exhibit going, and one of the artists is Hikaru Azuma. Her work was showing, and she was actually there, and I didn't realize that it was the artist, but I purchased this print, and it's actually double-sided, which is really cool. But it's about postcard size, and then I just grabbed a couple of more little postcards that were available for free to the public. It was called the Design Festa Gallery. But yeah, it was very cool. They had a lot of very cool work there. Now we go to the airport.
And I got more B-side label stickers at the airport, which were the ones that were on the back up here. And then I went to the bookstore because I'm going to learn more Japanese, and I wanted to start with Dragon Ball, the first one. And then I got Go-Go 13 just to have some fun with, to see if I could try to read it. Probably can. But it's okay, that's cool.
All I did at the airport was have ramen and gyoza finally. And I also got a couple of gachas that I wanted to show. So the first gacha that I got was this cute little ring, which is actually surprisingly good quality. Okay. No, it's metal, dude.
Is it metal?
Yeah.
No, it's hard plastic.
Feel it.
It's coated in like metallic spray, but it's a really nice ring.
Yeah, it's very nice. It only fits on my pinky because obviously it's mostly made for children, but I may just put it like on a necklace or something. It's super cute. And then my second one,
the cat,
my little statue.
Cat statue. You're so lucky. You're so good with the mystery.
I know. This is another situation of me getting exactly what I wanted.
That's crazy.
But it's this little stone figurine. You can get different animals, but I got the one that I wanted. I got the little fox cat. I don't know what it is, but it's the one that I wanted for sure.
It's gotta be.
It looks like a cat.
Yeah, so
good enough. But yeah, this is actually a surprisingly high quality gacha as well. It's pretty weighty. I think it's made out of like a plaster of some sort. But I'm excited for my little tiny figurine family that I have sitting on my windowsill by my desk. Did you have anything else to show?
No, that was it.
That was everything?
Yeah.
You know what that means? Q&A time! Okay, Q&As. First of all, thanks to everyone who sent in a question, because I want to do Q&As, but I don't get any Qs, so I can't do Q&As. I don't have any A's for Qs. But anyway, okay, so one of the first and I guess main questions that we got was basically, was it hard not knowing Japanese? Not really.
Not at all. Technology, people. Google Translate is your best friend.
Absolutely. And Google Maps for sure.
Yep.
I found that people were really accommodating to the fact that we spoke English.
Right.
Even if they didn't speak English, they would make an effort to try to communicate with like gestures or in whatever way that they can, whatever English they may know. And I did try to make an effort to speak what little Japanese I knew. But no, I didn't really find it to be a problem. There was one question that was like kind of a follow-up. Did it make it difficult to get around or find places? So because of Google Maps,
again,
it's pretty difficult to get lost, like all the way lost. And then the other thing is that everything in Tokyo just like connects to each other.
right.
So even if you did get kind of lost, you're like right by a main street, and then as soon as you get there, you can pretty much get anywhere, especially because of how extensive the train system is. So we never found ourselves genuinely lost while we were there. We had a pocket Wi-Fi with us, so we used Google Translate and Google Maps for everything. However, there were moments where it's like, I wish I could just read the signs, because it would just make things a little bit simpler. Trying to find Daiso was an entire task, but it's largely because it was underground and we didn't know that, but also I'm sure that there were probably directional signs that we just couldn't read because we
in the mix.
Yeah.
Learn the language, it'll help. But you also have Google Translate, Google Maps, and the people are very, very helpful. Nobody wants to like be rude. Nobody chooses to be rude,
which is probably my favorite thing about being there. Do you wish you could have stayed longer, or were you happy with the amount of time we were there?
Longer.
Definitely 100% longer.
There wasn't enough time for everything that we wanted to see.
It was like by the time we adjusted to everything, we were leaving. So I would definitely say a minimum of 2 weeks, maybe 10 days. But I would definitely, like the next time we go, we're going to go for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Because it's just, there's too much to take in. There's so much to do. Yeah, I would definitely go longer. Can you talk about the Airbnb process? Okay, so finding the Airbnb was relatively simple for me. I was really lucky to come upon the one that we ended up finding. It was one of the less expensive options, and we basically got like a little studio apartment to ourselves. The host's name was Yang, and the place was in Shinokubo. So we were able to just stay on the Yamamote line pretty much the entire time we were there, because everywhere we were going was on that line. So it made traveling really easy. It was walking distance from the station, and then we were also walking distance from another station in Shinjuku, because again, everything connects to each other. So it's like you walk literally 5 minutes up the street and you're in Shinjuku. So I really loved our accommodations. It was very small, but it was like all we needed.
Yeah, for the week that was all we needed.
And I want to say I only paid like $74 a night for it, which is like crazy. Most of the places in Japan were at least in the 120 kind of area. So it was very, very affordable. And then the actual location and the accommodation itself, I was very, very happy with. But basically you just go onto Airbnb, type in the general area you wanted to stay in. I knew we wanted to stay close to Shinjuku because I know that's a high tourist area. So it also helped break up the language barrier, and I just found the one that felt suited to us. But yeah, I definitely highly recommend Airbnb. I know that there's some weirdness about the hotels in Japan, because if you're traveling like with a partner or with a spouse, you have to pay like an extra fee or something. Like there's some weird rules about there being two people staying in an accommodation with one bed. So it just made things really simple to go through Airbnb. But if you're traveling alone, then hotels are obviously a really good option. The hotel that Al stayed at was really well placed. She had a great location as well. It was right by Shibuya Station. It was called Hotel Met. It was really nice. Again, perfect size for her. It was just everything she needed. It was about the same. It was a little bit smaller than ours.
Yeah, ours was bigger.
But finding accommodations wasn't difficult, and I was really happy with what we ended up getting. Did we stay in a capsule hotel? No, unfortunately not. But that's definitely something I want to do next time we go. Did it live up to your expectations? Were there any cultural surprises?
Yes, it lived up to the expectations. No cultural surprises because we watch anime, read manga, like watch Japanese television. Like this is something that we've wanted to do forever.
Yeah, and we also spent a lot of time researching on YouTube, like trying to kind of prepare our minds for what to expect. And for me, it like exceeded my expectations, but it changed my expectations. I think experiencing the culture feels very different from viewing it in an American perspective. Like just watching stuff on TV, just watching videos, it really doesn't capture it like in the full glory of it.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Everything felt the way that life is like supposed to be.
Yeah.
Everything just felt right. Like I don't know how to explain it better than that.
It was like, oh, I'm not anywhere that I haven't been. Like I'm home. Like this is like a second home, or like it was just like second nature to be there.
It felt very natural to adapt to the flow of the day-to-day. Like it took a minute for us to adjust in terms of like learning how to get from place to place and adjusting to like ordering food and things like that. But in terms of like the way society just kind of moved on a daily basis, it really felt natural. What was the best and least thing you liked food-wise? Okay, so that's the problem, is that everything was delicious.
Everything was
even
good.
if it was something that wasn't as delicious as the other things we had.
It was still good.
Everything was delicious.
Convenience store food was good.
Oh my gosh. For me, I guess the lower on the scale was this little pancake sandwich.
It had the whipped cream and the red
It had
beans.
azuki on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not a fan of azuki beans. Like,
oh yeah, you didn't like that.
nah.
I thought it was gonna be sweeter than what it was, but it was good.
Cause see, the problem is that like, I don't have a problem with red beans. Like I like the flavor of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's the texture that I struggle with. And so when it's globbed up too much, when it's too thick, can't. It was like, when you fit into it.
We had one of those ice cream sandwich bars that had the chocolate bar in the middle.
Oh my god, it was so
Really
good.
Nothing was too sweet. Everything was just sweet enough. There was nothing that was like, oh, they put too much sugar in it.
Yeah, but best things for me personally, I'm gonna say the bowl of udon we had at Sunshine City was
Yeah, that place was really
crazy.
good. Not better than the fish place that was near our Airbnb.
Oh my god, the salmon! I forgot about the salmon. Okay, that might be second. Because what I was gonna say was the udon and then that curry bun that we had at Sensoji Temple. It was like a deep fried curry bun. It was amazing. And then, oh, you know what else? The tuna sandwich from Family Mart. You've got to get a tuna sandwich from Family Mart if you go to Tokyo. I don't know what they did differently to that tuna, but it was crazy. Did you check out any museums? We didn't check out any museums, but we did go to an art exhibit, which I talked about.
And I tried to go to the Rock and Jelly Bean Art Gallery, but it wasn't open. There was a lot of art galleries in Harajuku.
Yeah, like in little nooks.
Yeah.
Did you explore the seafood market? No. I didn't get to go to Tsukiji Market. It was one of the things that I wanted to do. But again, honestly, like a week is not enough time. If we had more time, I'm sure we would have made time for it. But yeah, no, we didn't go to Tsukiji. What kind of crazy candy did y'all get? Did we do any crazy candy?
I didn't eat anything crazy.
We did not eat as much as I think either of us thought we were going to. So we did a lot of snacking, but surprisingly didn't really go too crazy with candy.
We had those chocolate bars with the strawberry in them. Those were good. Those count as candy, I guess.
Yeah, I wish I could remember the name of it. But we had those, and then we had the chocolate covered almonds that had like the crunch layer. Mm-hmm. The chocolate was a crunch layer, and it had an almond in the middle, and those were really delicious. But we tried more ice creams than we did candy. How expensive was the overall trip? Okay, so the trip in total was about $5,000. The tickets were in the $2,500 range for both of us. Round trip tickets came out to be a total of $2,500, and then the Airbnb, because we were able to find one that was so affordable, ended up only being a little over $700 for the entire time we were there. So that was like 6 days. And then the rest of it was just like spending money, basically. I did not end up spending all of the money that I had saved. So I was able to like come home with a little bit left over. But yeah, I would say $3,500 for the actual like trip costs. Because I also got his travel insurance. And then around $1,500 for spending money. And we didn't spend all of our spending money as well. So it was actually a little bit less than that. But I would say plan for, if you're going to do a week, plan for $5,000. And then the last question is, what was hands down your favorite part of the trip?
I'm not sure. I think walking around all day that day we went to those bunch of places was probably my favorite part. Or walking by ourselves in Harajuku in the back streets, that was probably my favorite part. Because that's kind of what I wanted to do anyway, was walk around the places where there weren't a lot of people.
Yeah, the little nooks and crannies.
Yeah. So yeah, that was my favorite part. It was quiet, so yeah, it was nice.
For me, our night in Shibuya was amazing. That's up there.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. That day was pretty fun too.
It was a really good day. Hands down favorite part. Jesus. It really is hard to say like a favorite part because so much of it was so perfect.
All of it was my favorite
part. Getting to be there with my best friend was amazing. Experiencing the culture like in person was amazing. The food. Jesus, the food.
The food.
So yeah, that's all the questions. That's all we got. Oh, there was a couple of things that I wanted to address though, because to me they're like glaring inconsistencies. So Halloween.
Yo.
So first of all, you do not stop walking when you're in Tokyo. Like if you're there to be a tourist and to like find places and do things,
ain't no stopping.
Unless you plan on spending a lot of money on taxis or Ubers, you're walking everywhere. And Tokyo has a lot of interesting terrain. Like there's a lot of uphills, lots of stairs, and my legs hated me for it. I should have probably trained like further in advance of this trip so that I was prepared for how much walking we're going to be doing. I deeply underestimated it. And yeah, so on Halloween, that was the day we went to Sensoji Temple.
So you had walked a lot already.
We had walked so much because we went to Tokyo first before we went to Sensoji. And my knee basically like was giving out on me. Like I had the sharpest pain in my knee. So by the time night came, I knew I couldn't go back out without risking not being able to do anything the next day. So I made the call to stay home, which blew because Halloween was like the thing that I was probably most looking forward to about the trip. But I told Khalil that he could still go down to Shibuya or to wherever he wanted to go to because
Brave mistake.
I still wanted him to be able to like have that experience and stuff.
And Levi tried to warn me too. He was like, yeah, Shibuya's lit. And I was like, okay, haha. I'm still gonna go. Packed to the gills. And then like the crossing was crazy because people were just trying to just go to the crossing. Pictures. Yeah, to go to just take pictures or like be at the crossing. So like they were clogging up the crossing for no apparent reason. And then there were like kids in the trees and kids on top of the statues or on top of like the fixtures and stuff. They were wilding. It was crazy.
And he FaceTimed me when he got there because what I asked him to do was like just take some video footage for me, but he ended up actually FaceTiming me, so I got to like witness.
Yeah.
And
it was crazy.
But
it was,
it's fine.
It wasn't. I feel like I didn't take any footage because I was mad because like I saw 13 people dressed as the Joker and I walked 5 feet and I was like, oh, there's no good costumes out here.
Yeah, and he really didn't even stay that long. I want to say you were back with him like 30 minutes.
Yeah, I spent 20 minutes getting in and out of Shibuya. And then I spent 10 minutes walking around Harajuku because I was like, maybe there's some cool like Halloween stuff going on, which there was. People were still selling candy all night. And it was getting pretty late. The trains were about to close.
Yeah.
But it was pretty cool in Harajuku. But then I walked around Harajuku one big time and then got back on the train.
The other thing was I originally wanted to go to Mount Fuji for like a day trip. But once we figured out the cost for that and like what it would entail in terms of time and energy, it just didn't seem worth it, especially because we're only there for 6 days. I think that'll probably be something that we save for our next trip. But exploring Tokyo for the full week, we barely skimmed the surface of what Tokyo really has to offer.
Go to the other side of the damn river.
No regrets at all, but definitely looking forward to having more time.
Doing more stuff.
To do more stuff.
Spending more money.
Okay, well, I guess that's it. Thank you for watching this. I hope that you found it entertaining. If you have any other questions that you want us to answer or you want me to answer, please feel free to ask them. I feel like there was something else I wanted to say.
Like, subscribe, click that bell notification so that you can see notifications on when she posts videos or makes a post on YouTube so you can keep up with everything that goes on the channel. We appreciate you. You got some patrons you can shout out?
Shout out to my mom, my number one supporter, best patron I have. That's it. Okay.
Back to Japan.
And again, please remember to let me know if you guys want me to do a review on the ink marker set.
Do it anyway. Don't ask them.
I want input.
Be like, I'm gonna do it. No, I'm just messing with you.
That's pretty much it. Alright, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.